Morning, everyone. It's Wednesday morning, 8:48, and this is your pre-opening comment. It is video number 763, and I do a lot of work on this stuff, so if you like that work, please hit the subscribe and the notify button. It's very supportive of us. Okay, so Europe and Asia are both lower, and I guess the biggest news around is the Bitcoin and Ethereum being down so dramatically. When I first started taking notes this morning, uh, I wrote that Bitcoin was under 40,000. Right now, Bitcoin is under 37,000. This is all on China issuing new restrictions for both, for all crypto, but specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum. The low on the Bitcoin so far is 36,140. So this is really, as far as speculative interests in the market, this is really one of the two big movers this morning. I saw Mike Novogratz on yesterday saying he felt 40,000 was going to hold, give or take a little. I've shown you the chart on that, and I'll get to it in a minute, but this 38 to 40,000 area is definitely an area that should be supportive. It is the last major consolidation before the run up to 62,000. The other big mover today is the chart on the screen. That's the oil. Oil yesterday traded as high as 67.02 and then fell all the way back to close 65.50. It actually had a huge range yesterday, 64.14 to 67.02. So we're talking about a $3 range in a $60 commodity. That's 5%. We also had a announcement. It looks like Iran, one of the long-term cheaters, is about to hit the market with some supply. And so that's why the oil is down $1.40 this morning. I will remind you that this area in here, roughly 67, let's see, this area in here that has been riding this 20-day moving average. We're just a hair below it. We've been below it before and popped back up. This time we closed right on it. This time we popped back up and had the rally from basically 4-day low of 63 to a high of 67. We'll have to see how that shakes out and what OPEC and everybody else has to say. But, if the reopening was so great, then an increase in the supply of oil would help, not harm, the cruise lines and the airlines, all of which are down roughly 2 to 2.5% this morning. On the earnings front, we had T2 Interactive beat top and bottom line. The guidance was a little soft. It closed yesterday 167.69, had a range today of down 5.5 to up 6.5, 162 to 174. The last on it is 171.76, which is still up $4, so nothing wrong there. Target beat top and bottom. Same store sales, a monster number, up 23%. Stock is currently trading up 3.3% at 213, up 657. Lowe's also had a beat, but didn't issue guidance, and is down this morning, 187.96, down 479, 2.5%. It looks like that might be partially due to several of the comments that were made yesterday in the Home Depot earnings call. If you recall, Home Depot traded as high as 327 and then fell all the way back to close 316.75. Down 3.25 on the day. So Lowe's seems to be following in that vein. TJX also good numbers in the past couple of days. It's down a little, but nothing meaningful, less than 1%, 70.50, down 64 cents. And as I mentioned, airlines down. Southwest Airlines 60.77, down $1.30, 2.1%. In relation to the Bitcoin, or possibly directly related to the Bitcoin, we have a move sharply lower in Coinbase. I'm going to put up that Bitcoin chart so you can see where we are. As I said, the low has been 36,140. To give you a perspective on it, that's pretty deep. But again, this is that area that I mentioned between 30 and 40,000 before the big move higher. This is a daily. It's a little bit more evident on the weekly, as you can see. So this is an area. I actually, if you're not long any crypto, I would think that I like Ethereum better than Bitcoin, but I might split money, new money going into this, or initial money going into this, 50-50 between the two, and take a look at GBTC and ETHE. I think for a small initial position, this absolutely is the place to be a buyer. In any event, Coinbase, I'll give you a little bit of history about it. It was a direct listing on the NYSE, priced at 250. It opened at 381 and traded as high as 429.5 and closed that day at 328, which was $100 off the high and certainly closer to the low, but nonetheless still up 78 on the day. Right now it's trading at 222.70, down 1630, or 6.7%. And I believe it's a combination of the weakness in crypto and this Chinese restriction information, plus the fact that they are issuing, they just priced a $1.25 billion convertible notes due in roughly 5 years. $1.25 billion is really not that big a deal, but the fact that it's convertible and coming not that long after the initial offering is a problem. The other problem is that we have the Fed minutes at 2 o'clock, and while I don't expect to see anything that's too overwhelming, seeing as a bunch of the Fed governors and Jay Powell have already discussed the fact that they see some inflation, just not enough to be concerned about, might be a problem for the market. And also, one last thing, a direct listing, Squarespace, which is a website building company, $50. It's also a direct listing, $50 reference price. The symbol is SQSP. It's a tough day for it to be coming out, considering that right now the Dow futures are down just short of 400, 395.66, and the NASDAQ is down about 228, and the S&P is down about 46. So it looks like it's going to be a tough morning, but there are still things to do. All right, everyone. Be careful out there, and if you do decide to go into some of the cryptos, just keep the sizing appropriate, and by that I mean, as an initial position, I would use no more than 2 to 3% of your portfolio value between both of them. So goes down another 10%, you can add to that, goes up 10%, you can add to that. But as an initial position, I would not open for more than 2 to 3%. Have a good morning. And again, be careful out there and don't forget to hit subscribe.